Hello, hello. Let me fix this. Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another live, day 13 of doing the love routine. And I'm feeling pretty good. Just an update, I did not do my gratitude list this morning, so I will be doing it right before I fall asleep. But today's title is To Take Your Power Back. And I thought this one would be a bit fun to do because I wanted to talk about the first commandment stated in the Bible and what it looks like to put people, put things, put objects on a pedestal and what that does for your life. So, how to take your power back, we're going to talk about that and let's just get straight into it. I'm super excited. So, there's 10 commandments as you guys know in the Bible. And the first one is, I'm going to read it here. Thou shalt not have strange gods before me. I am the Lord thy God. Okay, that's the first commandment. And I think this is the most important, if not all of them. All of them are very important, but this is like the main one, okay? And the reason why we should not have other things on a pedestal is because it takes away from knowing who we truly are. Okay. So, as you guys know by now, I like to read from Neville Goddard and from other people that read from the Bible. And if you don't know by now, you create your own reality. And your imagination is God. Your imagination is God. The things that you are thinking right now, the things that you assume to be true, are true in your reality and in your reality only, because you are the one and only consciousness. And so, with this information, I wanted to talk about how to take your power back because anytime that you place importance on something or someone else, then it takes away from the power that is intrinsically within you. Putting energy on something else and making it your God takes away from your imagination and knowing who you are as the operant power. So let's talk about some ways to take your power back. Okay. The first thing that I want to talk about, which may be shocking, I don't know, maybe surprising, but the first thing I want to talk about is nervous system regulation. So, your mind controls your body. If you tell your mind to do something as the operant power, you've decided, you've intended to do something, then your body has to follow suit. But sometimes when our mind has decided that it's going to do something, our body will have physical reactions to that said reprogram. So let's say that we're trying to reprogram and we're trying to change our neural pathways. When we decide that, hey, I'm going to take on a new story, which is all it is, that is simply all it is changing your story. That's it. When you decide that you want to change your story and change your identity, then your body has this reaction and it becomes uncomfortable. It becomes uncomfortable with what it's used to having because what it's used to having has kept you alive. It's kept you alive thus far. So it's kind of like, why would you do that? We're already functioning. We don't need to change because look at how we are living our lives right now. We are not dead. So let's keep us going. Let's keep us going. Let's keep the routine the same. However, if we know that we prefer a different story, then our body, again, it will try to create ways of letting us know that this is uncomfortable and we should go back to the old ways. So, one thing that I wanted to bring awareness to is this idea of regulating your nervous system through breath work and through meditation. Now, when Neville Goddard talks about prayer, he's also describing meditation too. If you read Feeling is the Secret, he basically is assigning them both the same concept, which is being still and then knowing I am God. So anytime that you have a period of stillness, a period of presentness, you are actively creating that moment with God, with your imagination. Being present and being in the moment allows you to create that space of knowingness. Now, this is also why in the book by Eckhart Tolle, he has a couple of books, but when he talks about being present and when he talks about ways to create presentness throughout the day, he is effectively creating this book and showing you within the book how to do so because he knows, again, he knows that when you become present, then you are effectively creating a new reality. Okay. You're effectively creating a new reality and allowing yourself to expand more and more. This also takes away the feelings of impatience that we might feel. And I've talked about this for anybody who wants to manifest a specific person. I've talked about this in the course, the only course that I have actually that is, well, just in general, the only course that I have, but then also it's for manifesting a specific person. When you create a routine for yourself, the version of you that already has that thing, what are they doing? What are they thinking? But more importantly, what does their routine look like? What are they doing on a regular basis? Because when you start doing that, when you start actively pursuing physically in that routine, then you end up manifesting all things associated with that said routine. So it's really cool. If you guys want to learn more about that, I still have my website, athena369.com. So just check it out. But if you create a routine for yourself, and you can also do this by yourself, just by sitting in your room or wherever you're at, taking out a journal and setting a timer for a minute and 30. It does not need to take a long time, and it shouldn't take a long time because our brain already knows the answer. So you set the timer for a minute and 30, and you start the timer, write down the list of anything that jots down in your mind. Anything that you are thinking, you write it down, and anything that you think would be associated with your routine, you create that. Okay. You write it down on the journal and then you create that for yourself in the days to come. So, for example, I did this for myself when creating a routine. And one thing that I wrote down was um, my phone not being on my bed, having my phone somewhere in the morning where I can get up and go to press the stop on the snooze, when the alarm goes off. That is something that helps me immensely because it gets me out of bed and it helps me not to go back asleep. Now, there are some times when I want to go back to sleep and then lucid dream, but that's for a different topic. So, again, nervous regulation and nervous system regulation is really big, and it's going to help you get more into tune with who you really are, and it'll help you manifest much quicker and much faster. Okay. Now, the second thing about taking back your power is also about telling yourself affirmations that are in alignment with who you are. So, I've created a video where I talked about how I was robotically affirming that somebody missed me or that somebody was coming towards me, that somebody was really like in love and like they wanted to be around me. But it was only until I started affirming things that actually made me feel good and actually put me in my power when I started feeling that power and then when I started attracting more of the things that I wanted. So, this also is tied in with self concept and more specifically who you are and what you identify as. So, when I started telling myself a new story and started telling myself affirmations that actually made me feel good about myself, that's when I started to see a shift in things. So, everything is working out for me. I'm the operant power. Again, everything is working out for me. That's a big one. I don't want to just say that and let it pass. Everything is working out for you. You are the operant power. Okay. You have everything that you need right here and right now. It is done. It is done. All of these things help with getting you into that alignment. And There's a big question about how specific and how general I should go. And it's not necessarily how the right question isn't necessarily how specific or general should I go, but the right question is, how does this make me feel when I say the affirmation? Now, there are times where you don't believe the affirmation, and that's perfectly fine. But when you say the affirmation, it makes you feel better. So it's not a matter of whether you believe it to be true or not, but whether it evokes a feeling in you that feels either neutral or better. Okay, so neutral or better is what you're going to go for when you're creating these affirmations. And that is how you take your power back. These are the two major things: nervous system regulation, and then creating affirmations that are in alignment with making you feel good about yourself. And here's the thing: if you don't want to be specific, you don't need to be. You can have general affirmations that bring you everything that you want and more. So things that your imagination knows, but something that you simply can't fathom. And you hear this a lot of times, especially with celebrities or people on TikTok that have like a viral moment. They always say the same thing. They say, "This was beyond what I expected. This was beyond my imagination. I completely wasn't expecting this." You have people that are deliberate creators and they say, "Yeah, I didn't, I knew that it was going to happen, but I didn't know when or how. I didn't know any of that stuff." So, this is what I'm referring to. It's going back to these affirmations that are general enough to get you to where you want to be. And some people would say that they need to be specific. Go specific when you feel inclined to go specific. It feels really, really good. Actually, nothing feels better than having the power, right? Knowing your power and then saying something specific and getting that specific thing. Nothing better. I did it the other day. I'm really excited to share this story with you guys. I won't say it in this live, but something happened to me the other day where I thought of something very specific, but I didn't have an attachment to it. So, because I knew who I was able to say the specific affirmation, and then the specific affirmation manifested because I almost forgot about it. Like I completely let go of it. I went about my day and I was feeling really good, and then it manifested within a week. Um, so it's quite interesting to see how that process goes. So it's not a matter of whether you should be general or specific. It's a matter of what is bringing you into the state of fulfillment. Satisfaction is what you're going for. Satisfaction. Knowing that you are enough. I am who I am, and that is enough. And knowing that you hold all the power, right? Because when you don't feel like you're in power, then it's very difficult to get into a state of affirming for specific things. So, even if you were to have a general affirmation that no matter what I do, I get this, no matter how I feel, I get this, that is an assumption as well. You create your own reality. So, have fun with this, get creative with this, create affirmations that resonate with you. And if you want to use any of the ones that I said, you're more than welcome to, and you can repeat them, say them in your head before falling asleep. That is the best time to impress your subconscious mind, and you'll get it. You'll get what you want. It's foolproof. So, if you guys have any questions, I'll answer them. But if not, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you guys for joining. Um, I am making tomato pie tonight. Little random thing. Yeah, that's all I have to say. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay. Love you guys. Bye.